My doorbell rang at 2 a.m., and when I opened it, a woman was standing there holding a baby. She said, "You're the father, and I'm dying of cancer." I stood there in my boxers, half asleep, staring at this stranger. She had dark circles under her eyes and was holding a baby who couldn't have been more than 6 months old. "I'm Rachel," she said. "We met at your cousin's wedding in Austin last year. You don't remember, do you?" I didn't. I remembered getting blackout drunk at that wedding, but nothing after midnight. "I have stage 4 brain cancer," she continued, her voice shaking. "Maybe 3 months left. I need you to take Leo. He's your son." My heart was pounding. "How do I know he's mine?" Rachel pulled out her phone and showed me photos from the wedding. Me in my suit, her in a blue dress, us talking by the bar. "We spent the night together," she said. "I got pregnant. I didn't tell you because I thought I could handle it alone, but then I got sick. I let her stay in my guest room while we waited for the DNA test results. She had nowhere else to go and claimed she was too weak from chemo to be alone. Leo was adorable, these huge brown eyes that looked right through you. Rachel told me stories about our night together, details only someone who was actually at that wedding would know. The DJ played September 3 times. My cousin's dress had a torn hem. The cake was lemon with raspberry filling. She knew things. I started helping with Leo's night feedings. Rachel would sit on the couch, wrapped in blankets, watching me warm bottles and change diapers. "You're good at this," she'd say. "He's lucky to have you." I was terrified, but also felt something shifting inside me. Maybe I could be a father. The DNA test came back positive. Leo was my biological son. I stared at the results for an hour, then looked at Leo sleeping in the portable crib I'd bought. Rachel's health got worse fast. She stopped eating, slept most of the day, looked frailer every morning. One night, I got up to check on Leo and heard Rachel on the phone in her room. "It's working perfectly," she whispered. "He believes everything. Just a few more days." My blood went cold. I pushed open her door. "Who were you talking to?" Rachel's face went white. She tried to lie, but I grabbed her phone. No recent calls. She'd been talking to herself, practicing. "I'm not dying," she finally said, crying. "I don't have cancer. I faked the medical records. I can't be a mother. I thought if you believed he was yours and I was dying, you'd just take him." I lost it. Screamed at her to get out. Called the police. But when they arrived, Rachel showed them security footage from the wedding on her phone. There I was, clear as day, walking into a hotel room with her. My face, my suit, my watch. I had no memory of it, but couldn't deny what I was seeing. The officers said it was a custody matter, not criminal. Rachel offered to just leave. "Keep Leo," she said. "You're better for him than I ever was." She walked out that night, and I never saw her again. I was left with a baby I'd bonded with and no idea what to do. 2 days later, my identical twin brother Jason showed up at my door. We'd been estranged for 5 years after he stole money from our parents. "I need to tell you something," he said, looking sick. "I was at that wedding. I pretended to be you as a joke because I was drunk and thought it would be funny. I slept with Rachel using your name. That's your nephew, not your son. I wanted to kill him. But then Rachel called me, panicking. "Your brother just called me. I didn't know you had a twin, but there's something else you need to know." She met us at a coffee shop the next morning. Jason admitted he had no interest in raising Leo. Rachel looked at both of us and said, "I'm not some random girl your brother knocked up. I'm a private investigator. Someone in your family hired me to get pregnant and pin it on you specifically. My grandmother hired Rachel for $200,000. Grandma was dying, and her will stated the family fortune of $8 million only went to heirs with children. She'd hired Rachel to seduce me, get pregnant, and make sure I ended up raising the child so I'd inherit. The cancer story was Grandma's idea to create urgency. Rachel was supposed to target me, but Jason pretending to be me that night complicated everything. Grandma didn't care which twin it was. She just needed one of us to have a kid. Rachel had been following the plan perfectly until her conscience caught up with her. Grandma died 2 weeks after Leo came into my life. I inherited everything with Leo as my heir. I kept him and used the money to raise him right. Rachel was arrested for conspiracy and fraud. Jason got nothing and hasn't contacted me since.